Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Pat Monk Presents. My name is Eamon, and joining us today, all the ways from Miami, we have Nicolai, and he's joining us from Bazoom. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Hello, Eamon, and thank you very much. I'm very good. As you mentioned, from sunny Miami, so it's hard not to be good.
Yeah, definitely. And why not? So, for those who are maybe not familiar with Bazoom, can you give us a quick download, give our listeners a quick overview as to what it is you do and how you help businesses and so on and so forth?
Definitely. So we are a company from initially we are from Denmark, so we are out of Denmark, and we have a few offices in Denmark. We have one in Spain, in fact, and then we have one on Malta, one in Serbia, and then we have this one in Miami. So we are a global company that are working with link building, which is a part of SEO. So this is where we help to gain trust from authorities outside of your own website. So we have this link building platform where we sort of migrated all the tools and all the stuff you need around when you're building link building, building your links, and then we're just trying to take all the hassle away from this part. So we sort of aggregated all the media into a platform where we also aggregate the clients in, and then we are like a soft version of Amazon, you might say. What Amazon is for e-commerce, we aim to be for link building and that field.
Fantastic. And with this, like, what kind of industries do you find yourselves expanding into, or do you have any specific niche?
Yeah, definitely. We have. Um, I mean, firstly, the ones that we work with are the ones that are looking to increase the traffic on Google. So this has nothing to do with SoMe or any other kind of marketing channels. This is purely for Google. So the ones that we work the most with are the agencies,
Mhm.
because we can towards these guys we can create the most value, and then of course the direct brands as well. In between, we do have those as clients, and then we're big in the affiliate industry as well. um so the more worth a lead is for you, the more value we can create for you. And then of course, looking at the agency part, this is an area where you are used to sell your hours. So if you can take away some of the time you spend on some of the stuff that you're doing, then it's worth money. And then if you can increase the profit margins on this product as well, then it's also a good thing. To say.
Yeah, I think definitely people will agree. And speaking of, working with agencies and increasing profits, I mean, what do you feel it is about Bazoom that gives you that kind of competitive advantage over other people in the same industry?
So at the moment, we've grown to be one of the biggest global link building platforms, and the reason for this is two things. I think now maybe three things. One thing is that we've put the process into structure, because there is quite a lot of hassle involved in building links. The next thing is that a lot of the clients that we work with are, yeah, of course, either local or global, but the ones that are having a broader audience, I mean, more geographies that they are targeting. For those, we can create a lot of value, as we cover more or less all the markets that are interesting regarding SEO. And then the last thing is that we've built this platform which is intuitive, and it's like a one-stop shop. So this is a niche of SEO, right? So this is not the biggest industry in the world. However, it is a, when you tap into industries like this, that you think, okay, that's a tiny industry, then you just, your eyes just opens up every time you get involved with a new market or talk with new clients, saying, okay, wow, okay, this is bigger than we thought. And this was also the beginning of this company, saying, okay, this might be a small market. And then, our eyes just opened up slowly, more or less day for day.
Mhm.
But then we could see that by developing and creating a intuitive platform where we can support with all the hassle, of course, and then make recommendations, stuff like that, we've gained an advantage in the market, that because a lot of the competitors comes from Google Sheets or more manual actions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. And like with this, when you're talking about, let's say, different clients or agencies, I mean, and getting the word out about Bazoom, I mean, what different channels are you using? Is it mostly inbound? Is it outbound? Is it LinkedIn? Is it SEO? Like what seems to be working best at the moment?
Well, one thing that's important to say is that, and it, I guess this comes across for a lot of marketing companies or companies like us, that we don't eat our own medicine, which is in fact a bit crazy, but we don't do. So we are primarily inbound and outbound. The inbound comes from word of mouth and the brand that we have created. So we're not big on marketing, to be honest. You know, our website is more or less only direct traffic that we get there, from mentions all around. So this is something that we are developing as we speak, but I guess that comes to a lot of companies that are like, yeah, we need the marketing part and we need to be super good at that, but it's a long process, and we can see that we're getting there. The platform for us has given us a huge advantage on tracking our visitors, signups, all that kind of stuff, compared to back in the days where we were converting through emails. So now we have a place where we can get a grip in the clients, and then we can retarget them and email them, all that kind of those kind of actions.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's interesting. Like I picked up on what you're saying about, let's say, the website that, let's say, you're developing it or you're getting a lot of direct traffic. But with that direct traffic, I mean, how important is that the website as a tool from, taking those visitors and converting them maybe into future happy clients?
It is important, and as I mentioned, we at least can see that we are not good enough as of now, but we are getting there.
Mhm,
Because one thing that we can see, and we can see that from the past when we've done a few tests and so on, is that if we can push out something for free, some service, some tools that can help you, then it's a good way to generate leads. Our traffic, no, the traffic as of today, like I mentioned, is more based on mentions and word of mouth, and we are active on conferences and stuff like that. But the website in general do not rank, or stuff like that, on Google. So we have to find other ways to push out our content, right?
mhm.
Or just
Okay,
just
yeah,
our value proposition.
exactly. That makes sense. And kind of switching gears a little bit and talking more about you, Nicolai, as a leader, in what you're doing in marketing. I mean, what keeps you busy on a day-to-day basis?
What keeps us busy is the vision of being the, yeah, I think we used to say what I mentioned earlier, that we want to be the Amazon of link building, or the Airbnb, or the hotels.com, that big platform that migrates, or aggregates all the clients and all the suppliers into one platform, and then you have a one stop supermarket or shop or whatever you call it. So that's what keeps us busy every day, that we want to be better at what we're doing. We always want to challenge the status quo, because we know that, at least we see this as, this is not a big red ocean, this market that we have tapped into.
Mhm,
There is an opportunity to be that one that sits, you know, as being the major platform here. And then it's a race against the clock, because other companies have the same mission, of course, and vision for their company. So for us, it's a matter of how can we keep attacking every day, and then it goes up and then it goes down. But if
mhm,
we can keep that patience and steadily improve, maybe even just 1% per day, then at least we are a company that are 5 years old, and we've seen growth from day one, because of this vision of, okay, what is the goal here? The goal is we want to be the leader globally,
mhm,
and then, okay, how do we get there? Okay, then we have to be aggressive. We made
mhm,
a strategy back in the days from in fact from one of our co-founders who listened to a podcast,
mhm,
that was saying that if you want to build a unicorn, you have to, I think it was triple 3 times and double 2 times.
Mhm.
And then it was easy to make the budget, because okay, then it's just double up or triple the budget, because that's where we want to go. So far that has been the main goal for us. And then it's, either we get there or we don't, or if we can come close, we would be happy anyways. So far so good. Like I mentioned, we're a company of 5 offices around the world, and we're 150 employees, and steadily increasing. Not saying it's a matter of having a lot of employees, that's where you can say you made it, because
Mhm.
it's not. But it's a part of the growth, at least.
No, it definitely is. It's one measuring, but not the entire thing.
Mm.
And like, if you could go back to your first day, your first week, your first month, or whatever, when you're in Bazoom, if you could go back, knowing what you know now, with your current experience, what advice would you give yourself, or what would you maybe differently?
Mm. I mean, I'm pretty confident that what we do has been the right in the past, right? So if we change something tomorrow, we've always been like, this is the perfect timing of changing it. We
Yeah.
couldn't have done this one day before. With that being said, we've made so many mistakes, and we are continuously doing that. But one thing that I at least that I'm happy that we've always done is that we've always worked with like trial and error. Let's try something. We never fulfill a task 100%, right? We would rather say, okay, let's put it together. Maybe it's only 95%, but then let's see what are the client responding to this. Are they responding positively? That then let's build onto this part. So we've always looked for making mistakes in some way, try out stuff. Is it good? Upscale it. Is it bad? Yeah, leave it and say, okay, we learned from that. We should not do that the next time. But yeah, I mean, of course, there's a lot of stuff that I would have done differently, I think. With that being said, the journey has been fantastic. And we've all of us involved are happy what we're doing here 5 years after. So I mean, that
That's a
must
good.
be one of the conclusions, that we've done something right, at least, both for our own sake. I've had the chance to move to the States,
Yeah.
with other guys that are moving around in Europe. I guess in more or less all of us, there is some kind of like, it's always fun to see what's out there. Um, you know,
No, there
so
definitely is, and getting to move to Miami is not a bad thing.
yeah. And then the next thing is that we at least we see our company and our platform service, um, as a talent that requires a lot of hard work, because we do have the talent as a company to achieve the goal or the vision of being the global leader. So it just, that demands. It's just like sports stars. If you're a big talent, you can't get all the way to the NBA or whatever, just with your blue eyes. You have to work hard for it. So
Definitely.
that's the same spirit I think there are within this company.
100%, 100%. And like, it's been an absolute pleasure, Nicolai, having you on the podcast today. But I want to give you the last word. I want to give you the chance to share one last thing. I mean, if someone forgets everything that we just spoke about, and you just wanted to leave them with one thing they should remember about Bazoom, what would that be?
They should remember that Bazoom is changing the landscape of link building, and this is taking link building to a professional level, where we use all the tools out there and aggregate it into one platform, so that we can, yeah, I think I've used the word before, take all the hassle away. And I know it's a quite common thing to say for SaaS companies, that we are saving time and save money. But yeah, I mean, our purpose is the same. Make life easier for you guys. Our only problem is that we want to spread the word even faster than we're doing it. So hopefully, yeah, this can help as well. But
Definitely.
yeah, that must be the last words.
No problem. Well, look, you heard it here. you want to be the Amazon of link building. So if you want to find out a little bit more, just check out bazoom.com, bazoom.com, and I'm sure people can find out a little bit more. So Nicolai, it's been a pleasure having you on the podcast today. I look forward to hearing more about the company, I'm sure, no doubt, in the future. And that is it for today, folks. Looking forward to... You're welcome. Looking forward to seeing everybody on the next episode of Pat Monk Presents. So for myself, Nicolai, all the best, and see you on the next one.